Okay, right. So machine learning, artificial intelligence is a something like, where we are teaching machines to do think like humans.
Robotics, yes, sir.
Okay, right. So it is used in web development, DevOps, testing, automation, data science, data processing. It is like, it can be used, applied on various areas, right? It is not bound to like, it is used only to write script. It is used to only develop web applications or no. So it can be widely used in different areas. And that is the reason it is called as general purpose programming language. Okay, because of its general purpose programming ability, it is hot in the industries and it has a pretty great opportunities once you master Python programming language. Okay, it has got really good opportunities. All you have to do is like, learn programming, learn Python very well. I'm telling you, I'm repeating, you have to learn programming with Python very well, that any opportunity you can crack. See, the
Yes,
idea
yes,
of
sir.
you joining a particular Python course or any course for that matter is to get a good job. Yes,
Sir.
we are not doing this for like, for some time pass purposes. No, we are learning. You have joined this course, right? You are spending time every day to learn Python well. Because why did you choose the programming? Yes, it is hot in industry, there are a lot of job opportunities. And I'm telling you very clearly, just because it has got a lot of opportunities, you will not just get the job just like that. You have to be, you have to be very smart. You have to be strong in the language. You have to be strong in the language. So how will you make yourself stronger in this programming language? So we will go through this course in 2.5 months time. Okay. Now, how will you get stronger? How will you become stronger in this programming language?
By better practice over it.
Right? You will practice. You will practice. Right? Sachin Tendulkar did not become a Tendulkar or god of cricket just like that. No, he did practice since his childhood and he is a god today.
Yes, yes, sir.
Right? Nobody just becomes some great without doing anything. They do immense amount of practice to become stronger, perfect, and clearer in whatever they are doing. In the same way, you guys have to promise yourself that you are going to spend enough time practicing understanding Python programming language. Are we clear about it?
Yes, yes, sir.
Right. It's because I'm telling you, it has got really good opportunities, and good opportunities comes to the one who really works hard with discipline, with sincerity, with good practice, and has great understanding. That is when you'll become stronger at a programming language, and that is when you can grab any opportunity on the way. Are we
Yes, sir.
clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, now what brings so much power to Python? So as I said, like it has got great opportunities. It's that, this and all, right? But what brings, right? As Harikrupa mentioned in the beginning, it is a very friendly language for beginners. It's a very friendly language for beginners. It doesn't have like, super complex thing, right? It is a very friendly, it is very simple syntax. It has got very simple syntax. Okay, so you might feel trouble to learn Kannada, you might feel trouble to learn Hindi, right? But you will feel very easy to learn Python. It is that simple. Okay, only thing is like, I want you guys to understand, follow my instructions very clearly and ask questions wherever, whenever you have doubt.
Okay, sir.
Okay. It is open source. Open source meaning, like, it has not got any license. The one who has created Python programming language did not say, like, if anybody want to learn this programming language, you have to give me 2000, 10,000, 1 lakh rupees to me. No, he did not say that. He said he has created a programming language and he has given it for free. He has given it for free. Now anybody can learn that programming language without paying anything to that creator. It is free, it is open source, right? You can always uh, you can always go understand it easily and write programs on top of it. And it has got great community. It has got great community. So what do we mean by great community here? There are a lot of people who are who are contributing to the programming, to Python programming language, where, so every time, like, every time there is improvements, constant improvements that are making the programming language stronger. Who is making this language stronger? Because there are a lot of people now who are contributing, who are giving their time and their experience to make this language even more stronger, right? They are writing programs to make this program better, to make this programming language better. So it has got a great community. There are a lot of people. You see, every time what happens is a programming language comes into the market. So after 1 2 years, the opportunity would become less. Like, it will be very less people using it and so on, right? If you are making constant updates, constant improvements, that is when the programming language stays for a longer time. Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir. We can agree.
Right. So it has got a very large community, right? It is very, and this Python programming language is also very powerful. The meaning, like, it is faster and it is used in scientific computing, artificial intelligence, web development, data science, scripting, testing, and whatnot, right? It's a vast variety of areas it can be applied on. And it is a high level programming language. High level programming languages. So when it comes to programming languages, right? So there are two kinds of languages: low level programming language, high level programming language. So low level programming language is like, something like C or assembly language, where you have to take care of a lot of things like memory management and all. So that is very complex to write, very complex to manage. You need to have, like, very great understanding on C or assembly language to write a program on it. It is very strong, but you have to have a very solid understanding on those things. But whereas high level programming languages are like, you don't have to worry about the memory. It is the language itself manages the memory. You don't have to worry about the memory management. It is always managed by the language itself. That is why it is called high level programming language. And it is cross platform. You can install Python in Windows laptop, in Mac laptop, in Ubuntu laptop. So there are different operating systems. You can install Python in mostly on all the operating systems that are available today, right? It is cross platform. And when it comes to the languages, as told, high level, low level, in the same way, there are two kind of languages. So procedure oriented languages, which is your C, and object oriented languages like C++, Java, Python, Ruby. These are all object oriented programming languages. Okay. Now, Python, is it easy or difficult? As I said, it is a very easy programming language, and yet it is very powerful language as well. Okay, let us look at, like, few examples here. So if I just want to say print hello world program, I want to say just printing a hello world, just write a hello world program, which is in the screen. After I execute a program, it should just say hello world. You should just say hello world.
Hello world.
Right. Now, if I have to write that simple program in C, I have to write 5 lines of code. You see here, the first example that we have is a C programming language. I have to write 5 lines. Yes. If I have to write in C++, I have to still go with the 5 lines of programming. Yep. Now, if I have to write the same thing in Java, I still have to go with 5 lines of programming,
Yes, sir.
right? But look
Yes.
here, how many lines does Python have?
Single line. Yes.
Single line.
It's a 1 line,
Yes, sir.
right? So that is how simple Python is. You can write programs very robustly, or you can write programs with a very ease also. So Python is a very flexible, right? Python is a flexible
Yes.
language. Okay,
Okay.
right. Now, few more examples, like, if I want to read a file in a Java, right? If I have to simply read one file in Java, so I have to write 10 lines of code. I have to write 10 lines of code. I just want to, through programmatically, I want to open a text file, read whatever is there in that, and present it as a output. So if I have to write that in Java, so I have to write 10 lines of code. And it is like, there are certain things that you have to learn, like, what is a file reader, what is that, this and all. But if in programming in Python, how many lines have we done the same thing? It is in 3 lines.
Cool. Yes,
In
sir.
Java, which is basically done in 10 lines, in Python, you can write it in 3 lines.
Three lines.
Right? That is how much a language is easy. And it does the same job. Right? It is not like in Java, I'm able to do it with some guarantee. Here, I'm not. No, they both are same. They both are same. There I'm writing 10 lines of codes and I have to learn more. Here, I have to learn less and I can do that in 3 lines, which is better. Right? Both the languages are really good. I'm not saying Java is better. I'm not saying Python is better. But when it comes to simplicity, Python is much more easy and simple and does the same job. Does the same job. Are we clear with this?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yep. Now you see this guy here. He is the one who has created Python programming language. His name is Guido van Rossum,
One.
right? He is the one who has created Python programming language. Right, so he's still contributing, he's still working, and he's still contributing to the Python programming language. And the name Python is, he has named it because, like, he used to like one particular TV series at the time when he was probably programming Python. So because he liked that particular series so much, so he just took a name from that particular TV series and he named his language. That is the reason you have it as Python. Okay, are we clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what applications of Python, as we have already discussed, so we can build web applications using Python. What are the famous applications that are built using Python? Your Instagram, the Instagram application that you are using is basically written completely in Python. There is a very famous application called Reddit that is completely written in Python. YouTube that you always watch is written in Python. There is something called Dropbox, there is Quora, there is Google, Microsoft, Facebook. All of these also use Python extensively in their applications. Okay. And what are the frameworks that we use to build a web application in Python? There is something called Django, there is something called Flask, there is something called Tornado, etc. There are several other web frameworks. And artificial intelligence is another area, and data science is another area where we can use Python extensively to develop or to write applications, right? So web crawling, your Google uses Python, like, you just search anything in Google and in a matter of milliseconds you have the response. Yes. So how do Google know has so much of data? Is because they have written a lot of, it's called basically web crawling or web scraping, where they go to every website and get the data and store it with them, so that when we search for something, they can instantaneously give the result. So they use Python for web crawling and scraping. So you can also use Python for, like, testing and operations, such as, like, you can write for a web application testing, a UI testing, or API testing, or a load testing. And it can be used in deployments, automation, monitoring servers. It can be used to develop games and desktop applications. Right, as I was saying, Python has a wide variety of areas where you can use Python to solve a particular problem. So there will be many opportunities. There are many opportunities in the market. All it needs is a talent and a skill. All it needs is talent and skill. So if you, what is a talent and skill here? If you are strong in the programming language, if you are able to understand, write code, that is your skill, that is your talent. And once you have a skill and talent, there will be lot of opportunities at your feet. All you have to do is just grab one and build your career on top of it. Are we clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so these are all basically telling, like, why Python is very famous. So if you see, like, Python is at top at the current industry times. It is very fast growing programming language, right? And so on. Okay, right. So this is what it is. So what are we going to learn as part of this course, right? So you have joined this course, and what are we going to learn? First thing to start with, it is about installation, introduction to Python. We have looked at a very basic introduction to Python, and tomorrow we will be starting. From tomorrow, we'll be starting to install, and we'll do our first program. Okay. Now what are variables, what are data types, and what is the editor that we'll be using? And there are numbers, there are strings, control structures, list, functions, all of these terms, right? Right now, it might not mean anything to you. You might not even understand what they are. But by the time we complete each and every topic, you will be able to clearly understand what each of that term that I have written here means. And by the end of this course, you will be like, the master of every small concept, every tough concept that you have here. Right? All I need is, like, you should practice. All I need is you should practice, and you will get good hang of it. Are we clear?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Right? And I'll be giving lot and lot of assignments, and I want you guys to be, like, and every time I give an assignment, I want you guys to complete it. I want you guys to try. It's okay if you fail. It's okay if if the program that you have written is wrong. I don't mind. You have to try. You have to try. So when you are learning to cycle for the first time, right? How many times you would fall when you learn to walk?
Completely.
When many times when a small baby learns to walk, how many times does the baby fall before he or she can start walking properly? They will
Yes.
fall many times. They will learn and then keep walking, right? So it doesn't matter if your program is wrong. It doesn't matter if you fail. It doesn't matter it is not correct. It doesn't. You should not stop yourself because of any reason. It's okay if you fail. That is fine. But I want you guys to practice. I want you guys to finish the assignments on time. Right? In fact, watching a movie is also assignment. I have like so many good movies with respect to technology. Even watching a movie is also an assignment. I want you guys to watch a movie and tell me about it. That is also an assignment that I would give. Right? So there are a lot of things that we would go through. So we will touch upon HTML, we'll touch upon CSS, JavaScript, and we'll touch upon SQL. So SQL, I won't be teaching all of this, but we would be using them. Right? We would be using them. Right. So we will see how web works. So you search anything, how does the internet work? We will understand what are web servers, what are ports. So and we will be using Flask as a web application, a web framework that we will be using. Okay.